What's going on, YouTube? Team Starcraft here with another game for you today. Oh, it's on faster times too. Let me slow it down just a second. How's it been going, guys? It's been a little while. I was actually out of town away at Genesis 3. If any of you guys play Super Smash Bros. I was down at that big nerd convention and it was pretty fun. But I'm back and I'm ready to make some more Starcraft videos. It's been a little while since my last post. Now, as you might see in the title, I might already give it away, but I was thinking, and this is the idea behind Theorycraft, or the thing I'm trying to create called Theorycraft, where we go for obscure, weird, wonky builds. I was playing with a Spec and Brain Crusher, and they're both Zergs. Then one day I thought, why don't I just go mass Medivacs? So, that's what I'm going to do this game, and we'll see if it plans out for us at all. My intention is to go for mass Medivacs. I am telling Brain Crusher to go for Broodlords to cover the air. Not Broodlords, Corruptors, and a couple Broodlords. And I'm telling Spec to tech up to Ultralisks. Now obviously this is going to be late game stage 3 strat, but if we can survive to the late game I have a pretty good feeling about it. So my whole idea is just to mass a bunch of Medivacs, and as you know, Ultralisks are the strongest unit in the game. They're like 550 HP with 8 armor, and they're biological, so Medivacs can heal. Medivacs can heal anything that's Zerg. So I was like, I'm just going to make Medivacs, and I'm just going to give the control to my Zerg allies, and we will see how it pans out. So already I'm telling them this is a strategy from the start. Obviously we might need to get a couple early Speedlings and Speedlings, Roaches, Queens to survive the early game. But late game, ultimately, we want our comp to be Mass Corruptor, Ultra, and Medivac. So we'll see if it works out for us in this game. I played it, I think a week or two ago. But thinking back on it, I was like, Medivac, Corruptor, Broodlord, Ultra. That's an obscure army compilation. I don't even know if it's ever been done before. I'm sure maybe somebody may have tried it once upon a time, but the whole idea here is to inspire thought and idea and just troll around and have a good time. So I'm pretty much taking straight up to the starport. I did get my expansion down right now, getting the second refinery up and going. Brain Crusher has indeed taken a base himself, and Spec has also taken his base. And we are just waiting right now. Brain Crusher getting 2 gas going, not getting that lair just yet, but should be coming pretty soon. Spec is going up to the lair right now. We do have a couple overlords out on the map getting a little scout. Can see CG's Evolution's supply depot. Brain Crusher over here with another overlord. And pretty much just getting spread, trying to get good vision. Still kind of playing in the dark, not sure what the enemy team is doing at this moment. But pretty much we're just going to make sure we have some good vision, have some lings at the towers, try to see any potential incoming threats, and hopefully it pans out for us. So now we do have the tech lab. I'm actually planning to get the Medivac upgrade, which I believe adds, it increases your boost speed by 1.5 times. I don't think it gives any energy, but I guess we'll find out here pretty soon. Spec taking up, getting his infestation bet, getting ready to go up to those ultras here pretty soon. And as you can tell, this is a super wonky build, so we're just hoping we don't get rushed. But I think if we get to the late game, it'll be pretty sick, and we'll see what you guys think. Maybe it'll inspire some ideas for some builds for you to try. So okay, this is the high capacity fuel tanks upgrade. It's going to allow ignite afterburners to last 50% longer. So pretty much they're going to get to boost and go faster to keep the Medivacs alive once the ultras and stuff die, if they die. Anyways, just playing it safe. Brain Crusher going for a Ninja Gold base, getting the 3 base up. Spec should be getting a 3rd base up pretty soon. It's pretty hard to go Ultralisks or Broodlords on just 2 bases. But we'll see. And so far, so good. We are actually playing in the dark, keeping fingers crossed, actually getting a little bit lucky that the other team's not scouting either or coming toward their base, because I'm pretty sure they have no idea what's coming. So anyways, the first Medivac is out, and let's see the story of this lone Medivac. So as you can see, I'm throwing on some more starports. My whole idea, I'm just going to pump out non-stop Medivacs, and hopefully the idea is like keep the Zerg stuff alive like forever. So we'll see if that pans out for us. Going to be ejecting those hatcheries going up to the lair. Should be getting his 3rd base here pretty soon. Do have an Oracle coming in. Going to be tending to fight that Queen, but that's not a fight you want to take. The Queen and the Spore Crawler are actually going to be boosting these Medivacs over here. Go ahead and just give this Queen a heal. This is just pretty hilarious, man. See, it's these weird things that no one thinks about. And this is what I'm trying to do with Theorycraft. I want you guys to go for weird, obscure builds. Tell me about them. Maybe send me your replays and I'll cast them too. Just let me know what you think about this series, guys, because I think it's a lot of fun. I kind of want it to be similar to like Fun Day Monday. On day 9 we'll make people do like planetary fortress rushes and things like that. But anyways, Brain Crusher with the 5-minute awesome late speed upgrade. Do have the towers now, so now we're feeling pretty good. We're in a good spot to macro. Do have vision of pretty much the whole map. It's going to be very hard for something to come to our side without us seeing, so we know we're safe to drone up, take more bases, and get more income going. Although I am taking a third. I don't think I really need the third if all I'm doing is massing Medivacs. But I'll probably need the gas on the third, that's for sure. But right now, just macroing up. Got a couple turrets in case some random air units come by. Brain Crusher does have his Spire down, getting the upgrade, throwing the Infestation Pit down as well, and we should start production here fairly soon. Baneling Nest for spec, also late speed, and getting Adrenal Glands upgrade, because why not? If you're going for Ultras, you might as well get your Lings upgraded too. Throwing the Evo Chambers down, getting the third base, and we are just waiting till the Ultralisks and Broodlords start to come out. Still playing on the Dark. The only thing we know for sure is that they have not started to take their third bases yet, and that's a good sign for us. Because we are all taking our third, so our economy game is already looking better than the other team because they've stayed on 2 bases for quite some time. So just macroing up, spraying the creep a little bit, 2 more Evo Chambers coming down for spec, and I just started to decide, you know, I'm just going to split some of these Medivacs, keep one on each base just in case some drop comes, just to keep the queens healed. And I'm about to give shared control. I think I gave shared control over to my allies this game. I'm actually, that was pretty funny. This is the thing you don't think about. You know, I have all these Medivacs, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go float around their base and make them think I'm going to drop. They have no idea that I'm actually have 0 units in this base, but you don't think that if you see a Medivac. If you see a Medivac, you're going to think you're going to get dropped. So my whole idea is just to kind of play mind games, just mess with their head. So I'm going to send this Medivac, just kind of fly around. Oh man, I think it's pretty funny what happens next. So anyways, coming over here, I'm like, come on, you see my Medivac, you should run away, guys. And the guy, what's he doing? It looks like he did click on all his workers and then decided to change his mind. And turns out if I had some Marines, I actually could have did some pretty good damage. His probes are just chilling, not even paying attention, not even worried about the Medivac, which is kind of a blunder on my part. He does bring the Void Rays though, so he is scared. So I am keeping his attention away from harassing us. I'm just keeping this Medivac here, trying to pretend pressure him, and do have to run away, but do pull that Medivac back. Meanwhile, do have an Overlord here, and I do have this Medivac over here. I believe I should be moving it into the sensor tower range just to kind of play mind games and mess with their heads. I think I'm just right outside the range. I wonder if I forgot about that Medivac. Well, I don't know. Anyway, still building more Medivacs. Do have upgrades coming down for spec. Does he have the Ultra Den yet? Not yet. He is turtling pretty hard, so all those Void Rays decided to make spores, but you know, Queens and Medivacs should pull that off pretty well, in my professional opinion. Planetary Fortune taking this base. Does look like some drops coming over here for evolution. Starting to finally go out of the map, do a little harass. Is going to lose the drop ship to the Spore Crawlers. That's not what he wants to do. He needs to keep these Marines alive. Moving all the Medivacs in to keep the Queens and the Zerglings healed up. A couple Corruptors here coming for Brain Crusher, and these Queens moving forward. These Marines having to, not able to take the Queen down. They do have to focus fire the Queens to take them down with all the Medivacs here healing, but there are still a couple more Queens, a couple more Lings running in, and these Medivacs are just doing some good work keeping the Zerg army alive. And all those Marines got shredded pretty easily. That's pretty hilarious. Medivacs doing the work here, keeping the Zerg buyout healed and alive. Does look like there is a little Protoss army moving towards the center of the map, but this time we should be well equipped to deal with it, at least with the army. There's some Corruptors, some Speedlings here. Don't have the Ultra Den yet for spec. We should be taking it pretty soon. Colossus are going to be very annoying, kind of mess with this base over here. Bring the SCVs to repair the Planetary Fortress, because this is my only unit that actually attacks besides workers. Corruptors are going to be able to go back to get the snipe on the Colossus. Immortals are pretty sick at storing buildings. I do wreck my command center, and my workers get pretty owned too, but they do lose all their Colossus. Immortals are going to be moving in, but Zerglings are good against Immortals. Moving in the Medivacs too, trying to keep the Zerglings healed so they can dish out the damage on the Immortals. Immortals having to run away. Going over here, being very annoying, actually sniping the base. Do not get the cans on my other base. I'm actually a little salty about that. Gonna lift off this command center. Zergling's gonna clean up the rest of these Immortals, and that was probably not the best trade. He did take out 2 bases, 3 bases actually. That wasn't bad, but he did lose his army, and that was Immortal Colossus. That's not a cheap army to build. But anyways, we do have a decent amount of Broodlords that are Corruptors on the map, and should have some Ultras pretty soon. Spec, where's the Ultralisks at? It looks like some Void Rays are going to be going over here. Do have the Corruptors over here. Morphing to Broodlords. Needs to cancel those. I think I'm screaming at him. Richard, cancel those. We need the Corruptors, not the Broodlords. Going to be taking out these turrets. Need to repair that. A little bit slow on the response. I'm going to be running away, just trying to tell Richard to bring those corruptors over here to deal with this threat as soon as we can. Bring in the Medivacs too. And this is probably going to be pretty hilarious. Some drops coming in too. Going to get sniped out. Doesn't drop many Marines. And these corruptors are going to fight these Void Rays. And this is pretty dope. These Medivac, I don't think we've lost a single corruptor yet. These Medivacs are healing my corruptors faster than the Void Rays can actually do damage. That's pretty hilarious. Corruptors are going to clean up all this Void Ray ball, and I don't think we lost a single corruptor there. So that was not a bad deal at all. By this time, all these Medivacs are getting pretty full on energy. I've had them like the whole game, so they're all pretty high. Just waiting for the Ultras so we can do the final push. Spec kind of slacking, taking too many detours, getting upgrades. Oh, I lied. He's not a slacker. The Ultras just popped. Where's the Ultra Den at? I don't even see it. Ah, he built his Ultra down here in the corner to hide it at Burning Crusher's base. Alright, and the Ultras are out. We are getting ready to push at 11 minutes. We do have Mass Medivac, Mass Corruptor, and a little chunk of Ultralisks, but hopefully the idea is these Medivacs will keep the Zerg ball alive and let the Zerg army do some damage. So let's see what happens here. We're going to follow these Ultralisks at the front. They are 6 armor to attack. Got the Corruptors at the sky. It looks like just Bio and a couple tanks going to be charging in. Need to boost these Medivacs to the front to get the heal on these Ultralisks. Medivacs are boosting to the front, going to be healing these Ultralisks, and these Ultralisks are already do amazing against Bio, but with these Medivacs, it's pretty sick. Medivacs mass healing the Ultralisks, mass healing the Broodlords, even some carriers coming over here. Immortals will be able to do some pretty decent damage to these Ultralisks, even despite the healing. Corruptors are going to go over here, go and split the Medivacs half and half, have half go with the Ultralisks, half go with the Broodlords over here, and they just quit the game. Corruptors are destroying all this air. And these Corruptors have like 3 armor, so these Medivacs do a great job keeping the Corruptors alive. Meanwhile, we do have the Ultralisk over here. Immortals do hard counter Ultras pretty good, even with these Medivacs healing. Their DPS is pretty sick. Immortals do 55 damage to armor, which is definitely more DPS than as fast as we can heal. But at this point, these Corruptors are uncontested, going to actually start corrupting the buildings, morphing Broodlords right in the front of their face. They don't have anything left to deal with this. The Ultra did a pretty good job cleaning out the Bio, and all that's really left are Protoss and Immortals. Marines gonna come try to do what they can, but they can't even damage these cocoons. They're doing like 0 damage. And these 2-2 Marines. Oh, another carry gonna come out. He's gonna be met with deceit, and this is just hilarious. This is like just trolling. We just made Broodlords in the front of their base, mass Medivacs healing everything. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. It doesn't keep these Medivacs following the Broodlords and the Corruptors, waiting for some more Ultralisks to come in, and this is just sick. Look at this. Oh my gosh, and they just leaving the game. No GGs, no nothing. I don't blame them. This was, I wasn't really expecting to win. I was just doing this to troll around. But, that's it, guys. Medivac, Corruptor, Ultralisk. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this. I encourage you to try this wonky builds out too. And I've got a couple more ideas. Let me know if you guys like this kind of stuff. I think it's fun. It's not like 1v1 competitive, but it's fun to troll around. You know, I actually messed around with this a couple more games, and you know, it's kind of absurd. At one point I just gave Medivac control over to my ally who went like Roach Hydra, but with Medivac support, it turns out that's a pretty sick unit comp. I mean, Roach Hydra's already solid, but with Medivacs, it's like, it's pretty good. It's like on par with Bio, maybe even better. I don't know. But anyways, take care, guys. I'll see you next time.